In this video, I'm going to be sharing my Money in the Bank predictions for 2026. This is going to include who I think is going to win the briefcases and also who I think are going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder matches. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. My early prediction for this ladder match is going to be Roxanne Perez versus Io Sky versus Sol Ruca versus Jade Cargill versus Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. So I think that this is a nice mixture of talent here. We've got a good mixture of baby faces and heels, and there's also kind of a bunch of newer talent like Blake and Jordan and Sol Ruca, but there's also some older talent like Io Sky and Jade Cargill. So I think it's kind of a good match there in terms of old names and big and new names that are kind of making their name for themselves on the main roster. So I think that this would be a really good mixture. And I also think for the match quality itself, I think these are six really talented ladies, and I think that they would do a great job. And I think there'd be plenty of fun moments, and I think it would make sense with who WWE is going to be pushing over this next several months. So yeah, those are my six ladies. And there's, as of recording this, and their rosters, there's three of them are on Raw and three of them are on SmackDown. So it would be a good mixture from that sense as well. Okay, so my current prediction to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match is going to be Roxanne Perez, and I think I have an interesting reason for it. So, not only is WWE very high on Roxanne, they've obviously put her in some big spots in her early WWE career. This includes early Royal Rumble matches, early Elimination Chamber appearances, and kind of lots of TV time. So it's very clear that they're high on her, but that's not it. I think there's an interesting storyline element here. I think that WWE is going to have Roxanne win this briefcase because it'll lead to her eventually cashing in on Liv Morgan, who is the current women's champion, and that will ultimately set up a match between Liv and Roxanne for WrestleMania 43, maybe even Liv versus Roxanne versus Raquel Rodriguez if they want to keep her in the mix as well, something like that. But I think that the briefcase here would be great for Roxanne's character. I think Liv is going to think that it's on her side, and she's going to be excited to have Roxanne win it, and then ultimately Roxanne could turn on her and cash in the briefcase when she's not expecting it, and then win the title from her. I think that's kind of a fun, interesting storyline, and I do see Roxanne and Liv eventually splitting up. So yeah, my official prediction right now, early, is Roxanne Perez wins the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Up next, we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. So for my participants' predictions, early on, I'm going to guess that we're going to get Dominic Mysterio, Penta, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, Drew McIntyre, and Royce Keys as the participants. I think this would be a fun mixture of talent, like I said about the women's match. I think that there is some older experienced talent in terms of Penta and Drew McIntyre, and then there's some younger talent like Evans, Williams, and Royce Keys. Dominic is, I wouldn't call him an old talent, but I think he's more in the middle, so I think he fits. And I also think there's a good mixture of heel and baby faces here. And I just think WWE has a lot of strong newcomers that they're really showcasing. That includes Javon Evans and Trick Williams, and also Royce Keys too. So I think that they're going to use this ladder match to showcase them. It feels like a no-brainer. They can kind of showcase their stuff, and um, a bunch of these guys have been in some good ladder matches before. So yeah, I think it's a good mixture of talent here. It's also three SmackDown talents and three Raw talents, like I did for the women's match. So I think it makes sense from that standpoint. And yeah, that is my early guess for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match participants for 2026. Okay, so my early prediction to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match right now, I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio. To me, Dominic has been doing some great work on WWE television for a long time now. I think he has a really great character. He's annoying, he's funny. I think fans love to hate him. He gets a big crowd reaction. So I think WWE really likes him. And I feel like he could be the perfect character to win the briefcase. He could do fake cash-ins and annoy the champions. He could drag it on for a really long time and just kind of be that annoying, funny character that we love on TV. Love to hate, I guess. Um, so yeah, I don't know if Dom is necessarily ready to be the world champion or if WWE would pull the trigger on a Dom world title run. So that's the only thing I'm hesitant about putting Dom as the winner here because, yeah, I'm just not sure they would ever have him cash in and beat like a Roman Reigns or something like that. But also, they could do a comedy angle with Dom um, missing the cash in or like losing that match and losing the briefcase. So they could eventually do that so they don't have to commit to him. Or they could totally commit to Dom moving into kind of a more main event level picture in WWE. We'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, just looking at the talent, I think his character, I think it could be just be the next step up for Dom to have this briefcase and to kind of prove that he could potentially be a main eventer in WWE. So maybe WWE gives him the ball and sees what he does with it. And yeah, so Dom is my early prediction. We'll have to wait and see on that. There you have it. Those are my early winner predictions for the 2026 Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Let me know your picks in the comment section below. Would love to hear from you. Would love to hear if you disagree with any of my picks. Yeah, sound off in the comments and let me know. And please subscribe to this channel for more WWE predictions. We do this for upcoming pay-per-view events, different prediction videos and stuff like that. So if you like this type of content, would love it if you could subscribe and support us. Thanks a lot.